Alright guys, we've been breaking down this large Alice I used for the Verusteleka remote military march. And we did all the outside pouches, we cleared them. And I went ahead and zipped them, buckled them back up just to kind of keep it a little tidy as we go along. Normally I would keep those undone knowing that they're empty. And then when I pull it out of the gear locker, okay, and then I know, yeah, this is all empty and I can fill it however I want to, right? So, before I start, I wanted to show you these gloves, these free soldier gloves. I talked about these the other day because I wore them, right? And I had a hiking stick. I just wanted to show you what the hiking stick did to these things, man. This is just ridiculous. This is the hand that I mostly carried the hiking stick in, or used the hiking stick in. You see that this, some kind of a coating over that just came off. See that? Here's the left one. I'll show you the left one. The left one didn't peel off. Free soldier. If they were free, I could see it, but you know they charge for it, so no. Anyway, I had to get myself coffee. I felt like I was missing something from my life there for a few minutes. And I realized it was my coffee, so I had to figure out where I put it. I brought it up with me, so it was in the other room. Alright, let's dig into this large Alice. So, as you guys know, I told you the other day, you know, I converted this a few years ago. Still has the original steel tri-glides on there because you always want a backup, right? Something like this. You can always take your knife and cut that off and use that original steel tri-glide if you need. Okay. So, these straps just go through the PALS webbing. Okay? So you can position that wherever you want on this rucksack. Now I did a modification here I showed you guys in one of the other videos. So I don't remember which video, so you'll have to just watch all of them. Give me thumbs up. It helps. So anyway, so yeah, there's that modification there. But anyways, this slides up. Okay, slides up wherever I want it, okay, on these straps. Now, since I took that pouch off, I can slide that up all the way to the top here if I wanted to. What I would do is, you got these belt loops up here basically for your straps. You can go ahead and secure, using the Molly PAL system, you can go ahead and secure the pouch to this via those loops, right? And it would just stay there. It would just live right there. But I had this 1967, 1968 Vietnam poncho roll set up. So this is the poncho and poncho liner from Vietnam War, right? Conflict. So that was right here. I had my Swagman roll across there, battened down tight. Alright. So I'm just going to go ahead, just toss that over there. And now we will get to the inside the inner circle, right? Get to the inner circle of this large Alice. I'm going to go ahead and unbuckle this waist belt here. Right? We'll get to the inner circle of this large Alice now. I took off the sausage roll. So if you haven't watched these videos for a couple of days and you didn't notice, the sausage roll has been taken off. We're going to do that in another video. You guys saw me pack it the other day, but it's packed with different stuff and more stuff. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Don't skip the sausage roll video, because that's coming up. Okay, so got a little overhand knot there. Pull my cord lock out. I change these out to Duraflex cord locks. Okay, now you'll see how I do my water bladder. Alright, so I got these 2-quart pouches. You'll notice that you don't see straps dangling all over the place. That's because I got them nice and tidy on the inside. Alright, so you fold those up and stuff them in, and then secure that side release buckle. Okay, and I'm going to put those to the side. Why do I take them out of that rather than just stuff them in? Well, because I got them in here in a certain way to keep my weight high and tight to my shoulder area, my shoulder blade and my upper shoulder back. Okay, now here's my water bladder. Still got tea in it, 3 liter. So I don't sit there and drain the thing every time I take a drink. A lot of guys do that, and that's not the right way to do it, especially if you're in a really hot situation. Okay, 140 degrees. You want to just sip it. Sip it, make sure if your mouth's dry, you're already on the way to dehydration. So you just sip it, refill it. In mine, I keep tea, because tea acts as a thirst quencher, and it makes me to where I just don't want to like guzzle the water. Okay, so that's what I do. Is I take tea bags, that way and the way you do it is you just take and you open up the bladder and you throw a couple of tea bags in there and seal it up. Shake it and it becomes tea. That's it. Later you can wash it all out, recycle the tea bags, whatnot. Okay, so I have this secured. You'll notice on the Alice you have the cord, the draw cord that goes through all these grommets on either side, and it's knotted here in a special way to where it doesn't shift. Okay, it always stays centered. Okay, that cord right there is what I secure to. You'll see that this can be pulled up like this, and I'm going to go ahead and undo this. I've got a strap here, military securing strap with a tri-glide buckle, okay, that goes through there. Now I'm going to go ahead. I've got my drinking tube. I've got it secured off. My radio pouch has a loop on it with a snap. Generally, it would be to help with mitigating whip antenna, right? But I use it for this drinking hose. All right. So I went ahead and undid the strap from the tri-glide buckle, and there it is. That's all there is to it. Now, what this does, putting this on the top of your rucksack, right, on the top of your load, is it keeps the inside, how should I say this? It saves you from wasting your valuable internal space of your rucksack with this. Okay, you could be filling the space that this would take up. If you have pockets for bladders on the inside of your rucksack and you put this in there, you're taking up valuable space that could be used for munitions. So if you have a situation where you're going to have to carry a large amount of extra ammunition, resupply is going to be difficult. Maybe you got caches and whatnot. Maybe you already set something up. We're talking from a military perspective here, or a Minuteman perspective. But in my case, in the way that I feel, I would rather take the amount of volume of space that this takes up. I would rather fill it up with ammunition. You know what I'm saying? Or food or whatever it is. If it's a long range mission that you're not going to have a resupply, maybe they're going to drop something to you from a chopper, right? Oh, we're going to drop off some extra goodies for you, extra food, extra this, extra ammunition, But maybe they're going to do that for you, and maybe you won't have to carry as much. But there are some situations where units are going to have to carry a very large amount of kit with them because resupply is going to be a difficult situation for them. It's the way it is. But anyway, water on top, secured. So this pouch here, this is a nice pouch. This is a United States Marine Corps pouch. It is specifically designed for bladder bags, camelback, platypus, Israeli, etc. And it's not overly PALS webbinged out. It doesn't have 5 pounds of PALS on it. It's got enough on here to secure it to a 3-day assault pack. You're doing a direct action, or you could do as I do here. I just got this basic webbing strap, alright, with the ladder lock buckle, okay. And there is a loop here on this, and this is all heavily sewn. It's not cheap sewing. It's overdone. But anyway, there's this loop here, and this loop keeps it where I want it. This goes through the cords on the pack, alright, on the back side there, and then it's going to come back around underneath, alright, and then I'm just going to do that up, and that's it. You don't want to over tighten it because it's a bladder, okay, but you don't want to under tighten it either. You don't want it flopping around, okay. So there you go. Doggone alarm, yeah, yelling at me. We got like 60 seconds. So, on the inside of this Marine Corps, U.S. Marine Corps bladder pouch, there is a loop sewn in very well to the top, paracord loop. It's bar tacked in there. It ain't going nowhere, alright? So I put my hose through that and direct it out one side. Whichever side it's going out is determined by you, because are you you got to set up your equipment to where it does not interfere with your ability to fire your weapon. Alright, so that's one thing you got to think about when you're setting up these newfangled systems like this, right? Alright, guys, I'm going to leave you off with that on this video. We'll come back, we'll get to the inside of that Ruck. See you there.